Pretty windy day today. Wanted to get some tree work done, but it's not gonna happen with this wind. Today we're gonna talk about our power lines. How much these bad boys cost us. Our meter is installed. We have power. It's official. It was a pretty long process. I think it probably took about 6 months. We failed inspection a few times because we're rookies, but we ended up getting it done. Let's test it out. Let's see what we got. Oh, you shut the breaker off, I think. Cost us all ice. Yeah, let's see that like that now. Should work. Let's see. Jeez. Voila! We got power. But you never saw somebody so excited to have power, I bet. But we take it for granted every day. But we finally got power over here on the cabin site. We're officially on grid. We still don't have a cabin, but we're on grid. So I guess what they do is they leave all the breakers off, because obviously it's out here by itself, and I guess just to keep it safe. There's no need to have it on, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. We got power. I'm going to talk a little bit about the process and how we get this power, and basically how much it would cost to have power like this installed. Just so you guys get an idea of that it's not cheap. It's pretty exciting. I'm going to check each outlet. Obviously it's just a light bulb, but we'll do some more tests with some heavier equipment like air compressors. You know, we're going to be using air compressors for nail guns. All the saws, stuff like that. Oh, I'm gonna reset the button. Yeah, everything works. All right, so now that it took 6 months to get the power installed here on the property, I want to mention to you guys a little bit of the process and how we went through doing it. Of course, we had to get a bunch of easements signed. Not a bunch, but 2 anyway. So you got to think about that stuff. You got to have your neighbors, well, even if the landowners, there's no homes on the land, but you got to get in contact with these people and get approval. You could keep it all on your property. I could have done that too. I would have had to clear out some of these woods here, but I'd rather have the most privacy as possible. So that's why we did it that way. We did put the pole across the street over there, coming straight across to our pole right on our property here. We installed the pedestal. I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't show you guys how we built it, but we installed this pedestal. We had to hire an electrician to come and install the box here. We actually ended up having to install a slip joint because the way the ground freezes and thaws, you know, you need to have that leeway here. The slip joint so it can expand and contract without tearing up the box. So yeah, we got all the poles installed, the wires, and then we had to also, you got to think about too, is we got to trim all the trees. I believe the spec was 15 feet on either side of the power lines, and you can see some of these trees up here. You can see all the limbs that are freshly cut on that, and it's a straight shot through my driveway. That was never that clear. We had to get up there in a bucket truck, clear all these power lines, and then also about 1,100 feet down the road. This pine tree here, we limbed a lot of limbs off of this. That's all stuff you need to do when you put your power lines in. The power company will not install the lines or Well, actually, they'll install the lines, but they'll not activate the power until you get at least 15 feet either side of that power line. There's actually 15 feet above the power line too you need to go. So if you get some high trees above it, you got to cut all those limbs 15 feet above it. So when you get snow and stuff like today, you can see all the snow on the trees. They're sagging and they'll come right down and hit the power lines. Never mind, you know, limbs breaking off, hitting the power lines, stuff like that. So I'm wasting electricity here. My bill's going up. But we don't have the cabin built yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to dig how we have a trench here going to the pole. Let me show you what we had. It's not that far of a distance, but from this pipe here over to that pole there, we had to dig the trench for that. You saw that in one of my first videos. Might have been my third video. But we're going to dig another trench. And yeah, you can see how windy it is. We were going to do some tree work today, but it's too windy. It's not worth taking a chance. So there's that trench that we had to put in here. We're going to have to do the same thing from this pipe all the way up past that brush pile. I think it's, I don't know how many feet that was. Maybe 150 feet. I think it's 150 feet. The power company doesn't want you to go 150 feet from the pedestal to your cabin or to your house or whatever you're building. So yeah, it's about 150 feet. We're gonna have to dig a trench, run the power to the cabin once we have it built. That will come hopefully before the end of the summer. We'll have that all set up and done once the cabin's up. How much does it cost to have power hooked up to your property? In this situation here, this is going to cost somebody about $30,000. I know normal residential areas, you buy a house, you move in, the power's already hooked up. People don't realize that costs money. When you're out here in the rural areas and you're far away from the power lines, it costs a pretty penny, I'll tell you that. I was thinking about doing solar, but solar's only going to last so long, and you're going to maintain it yourself. Stuff like that, and it's just going to cost more money in the long run as far as I'm concerned. I'd rather just simply pay the electric bill and I'm done once I have now that I get all my power lines installed. Just pay the monthly bill, that's it. Don't have to worry about batteries and this and that, and I'm gonna have a garage set up with all kinds of tools and equipment. I'm a mechanic, so I'm gonna have a car lift, welders, all that stuff. This is a 200 amp service. I figured if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. A lot of residential homes only have 100 amp service. I decided to go at 200 amp. I'm going to do it the first time, and that's it. Remember I mentioned digging that trench from the pedestal here to the cabin? What we did was we invested in a backhoe attachment for our tractor. So we'll be able to dig that trench ourselves. We're going to be able to dig our foundation area, take all the topsoil off for the garage, and also the well, any culvert pipes, septic system. All that stuff is going to be, you know, the backhoe's going to be used for. So I invested in that. It costs a little bit of money, but it's going to pay for itself. And then I'll have the tool for the rest of my life. Should last pretty long. So they tend to last a while, especially if you take care of them. So that's the reason why I went with the backhoe instead of paying somebody. All right, that's it for today's video. I wanted to let you guys know that we bought another piece of equipment and that we have power. Never been so happy to have power. So remember, hit that thumbs up button, that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and keep following our channel. We're gonna have the all updates on our cabin build and the whole process. Take it easy, take care, and stay warm.